necessities. Forget about your worries and your strife. I mean the bare necessities, oh Mother Nature's recipes that bring the bare necessities of life. Wherever I wander, wherever I roam, I couldn't be fonder of my big home. The bees are buzzing in the trees to make some honey just for me. When you look under the rocks and plants, take a glance at the fancy ants and maybe try a few. The bare necessities of life will come to you, will come to you. So just relax in my backyard.
This is Govs Radio.
Govs Radio.
Good morning.
Wow.
Hi, everybody. It is Thursday, May 21st. It is the Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show coming at you live from that place. The Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show coming at you live from govsradio.com on your smart TVs, your Apple TVs, your Rokus, your Fire Sticks. Go to the Boxcast app where you can find the Govs Radio shows. We're also on all the social media and YouTube and our website and all those good places. That's right, we're on TV! Coming at you live from Governor's Comedy Club, the legendary Governor's Comedy Club, May 21st. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody is happy and healthy and sane and safe and happy and good and smart and hanging in there. The weather's nice. Things are happening. Things are cooking. Hope you enjoyed Danielle and Eric yesterday. Eric was not in the shower, which is a good thing. Hello, Joan. Hello, Danielle. Hello, Cindy. Hello, Joe. Hello, Jack.
My lovely sister's watching.
Your lovely sister. Hello, Felix. Hello, Michelle. Hello, Andy. Hello, Jeff. Sorry if I missed anybody. Oh, and Charles Goonan. Michelle Fox, she won the joke off on Governor's Facebook page.
Oh, did she?
She did?
Yeah, I saw like a handful of the jokes. That's cool.
That's
nice.
beautiful,
Good
the
for you,
talented Michelle Fox.
Nice.
They're now running another round of the joke off, so head on over there to Gov's Comedy Club, their Facebook page. Charles Goonan is watching. Speaking of which, Charles Goonan, he's our guest today. He's gonna be on that screen right there.
I love him.
And so can you for 1995. If you caught the beginning of the show with the opening credits and stuff, you heard Charles singing Bare Necessities. I think I'm going to ask him to sing when he's up there on that screen.
He has a great voice.
He does. He really does.
It's just soft and beautiful, and not a lot of people can just like belt out sing. Like he's not, that's not what he's doing for a living. So it's just this like soft, beautiful voice.
That will be at 11:30. We're going to get Charles on the phone. Let's do the announcements first and get them out of the way.
Okay.
We would like to thank our Govs Radio listeners, both old and new, and remind you that all 3 Governor's Comedy Clubs will be open as soon as guidelines from the government allow us to. In the meantime, we have cleaned and sanitized each club and put measures in place, such as paper menus, social distancing of tables, and reduced capacity to assure the safety of our employees and guests. Right now, everybody, we are in a pandemic. People and businesses are dying until they reopen fully, and even after that, it's going to take some time. We should be embracing all Long Island businesses that we know are open and struggling. If you're one of those businesses, please leave us a message with hours of operation and specific instructions like curbside delivery or website orders on our email. Please email us here on Facebook or govsradio@optimum.net. We'd like to support all local businesses as best we can, such as All Music in Plainview, which is open. They're open Monday, Wednesday, Fridays from 12 to 5. They're doing curbside pickup by appointment. No other music stores are open. So head on over there, see Guy and the gang. 516-433-6969. 433-6969. The Roslyn Social, located in the heart of Roslyn Village at 1363 Old Northern Boulevard, is hoping everyone is staying safe out there through these difficult times. To try and help ease you and your family through, we are open for takeout, curbside pickup delivery, and on your favorite food service apps. Give us a call at 516-801-4963 and say hi to Nick. That's 516-801-4963. Again, we hope you're all staying safe, and we certainly look forward to serving you in person. Our famous cocktails and desserts are available to go as well. Thank you from Roslyn Social, North Shore's premier rooftop lounge, and please check out our to-go curbside menu.
And their food is great. So, yeah, if you're going to check out a place, check them out. Oh, Rich Rader's watching.
Hello, Rich Rader.
And Jeff Bosey.
And, I mentioned Jeff before.
Oh.
No Rhyme, No Reason, Tuesday nights, 6:30, Govs Radio.
No, you can't submit for the joke off anymore, Jeff. It's already been established. Michelle Fox won.
No. That's
what? Oh, are they doing another one?
That's why I said after that they're doing another round.
Oh, sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, well, I'm not sitting here daydreaming. I'm working, so don't give me that you weren't paying attention.
She's high.
Look at
Sallie's high.
Aye.
Well, we're talking to each other, so maybe we should listen to each other.
Well,
get the old music thing off there.
To do.
Fix the graphics, damn it.
If you weren't
you're not paying attention to that either. What are you doing, Sally? What are you doing?
Listening to bullshit. That's what I'm doing.
Hey, don't forget.
Hey, Bobbians.
Don't forget Governor's Comedy Radio. We'd like to thank you all for choosing Govs Radio to watch during the quarantine. Now is a great time to show your favorite show some love and enter to win a free pass to Governor's Comedy Club. Go to teespring.com. You just saw the commercial on there a minute ago, which Patty Mayo is going to claim copyright to. Scroll down to the search bar, type in Govs Radio. This will bring you into our store where you can purchase T-shirt, mugs, and more for every show on our station. To enter for the free pass at Governor's Comedy Clubs, All you need to do is take a picture of you with your mug, your T-shirt, your towel, etc., like this, and send it to us. We will post it on our page, and then someone is going to receive some free passes to any of the 3 Governors Comedy Clubs when they reopen. Go to teespring.com. Again, you saw the commercial there a minute ago. The commercial made by the wonderful, the lovely, the funny Don Sill. I called him lovely.
I'm looking at this mug. I'm thinking, remember we were talking to Cindy this morning? Like,
Yes.
it's all like chewed. Maybe like her ex-boyfriend ate this mug. She was saying that she had a boyfriend once, like 1,000 years ago, who would like drink a beer and then eat the glass.
Oh.
And
I
then,
didn't know where you were
And
going
then
with that.
I'm looking at her horrified, and then Tony's like, "Yeah, I know people who do that."
Yeah,
Like,
I
what?
do.
How have I missed this?
They would just take a tiny piece and crunch it, and yeah.
So
They're all
weird.
sorts out there, I tell you.
Where are the parents? Love you too, Ken.
What's that? Oh, Taz is watching. Oh, Ken Friedberg says he loves you. Wow, look at
I
that.
love him too.
Jack Scala is watching. Greg DiFilippo.
Yeah, we're caught up.
We're very excited to have the very funny and talented Charles Goonan with us around 11:30. I'm very excited. The global recovery rate is almost at 2 million. The U.S. recovery rate is almost at 300,000. I'm not going to talk about the deaths and the darkness and the bad stuff. We're going to talk about the recovery.
Your cup half full today. Is that what you're saying?
I sure hope so.
Okay. All right.
So, yeah. So that's almost 2 million people globally have recovered from this stupid thing. And in the U.S., 300,000. I'm also excited because
Why?
things are starting to take shape here.
Why?
Well, 2 reasons. Did we say good morning to Taz?
Good morning, Taz.
Good morning, Tommy Michael McNulty. What's he talking about?
I didn't get the joke. I'm sure it's really funny. I don't remember what was said that he said that comment to.
My girlfriend canceled our love session for the same reason. And she still charged me a cancellation fee. Okay, so as we know, certain areas of New York are still on the pause until May 28th.
Yeah.
Certain areas. However, all beaches will be open for Memorial Day weekend, which is this weekend.
Really?
I'm
like
not
Jones Beach is going to be open?
Jones Beach is open. I don't know what's going on with the city. I think the city was closing their beaches. I don't know if that definitely happened.
Yeah,
There was that garbage that the Long Island was going to say, if you're from the city, you're not allowed here. But then
That
they were
wasn't true.
fighting. I'm not sure. I don't know. Not that it wasn't true. I just don't know what the latest is. I think they were kind of all the fighting kids were working that out. But also, where'd it go? Religious gatherings of no more than 10 people and drive-in and parking lot services will be allowed statewide beginning today.
Meaning what? 10 people can go in a church? That's what you're saying? Sometimes that's 2 families.
Okay, but it's still a beginning.
Okay.
And then, on top of that,
You have a lot to say.
I'm giving updates. We're talking about the virus here.
Yeah, I'm saying.
And we're talking about how exciting things are getting. Because, also statewide, what's with the face?
You're so excited about opening and you're living in the wrong state. Like, I just feel bad for you because you have like the heart of opening, like as if you live in North Dakota. So I'm just like, I don't want you to get your hopes up.
What are you talking about?
Like you want things
Everybody
to like,
wants.
well, yeah, everyone wants them. Everyone wants everything to go back to normal, but you
Okay.
have a special, zest for it. Like you think it's tomorrow or something that just isn't. So I don't want you to get like all hurt.
That's not it at all. I've been saying from day one that anything that takes us in the right direction, anything towards reopening, even the slightest reopen, I've been saying it the whole time. Baby steps is how I've been saying it. And every time there's a little development, it's a good thing.
But here's where we differ because you see it as a good thing, and
You're just a negative ninny.
I think 3 weeks down the road, our cases are going to increase. Like I kind of
Negative
think,
ninny.
like I know. I'm like, okay, let's see how this goes. And you're like, yay, it's going to be more after that. And I'm thinking we could get even more clobbered. So I don't know. Anyway, go on with your happy opening speech.
Memorial Day ceremonies of 10 people or less will be allowed statewide, with final decisions about ceremonies being left to local governments. Now, here's my thing with that. Memorial Day ceremonies of 10 people or less.
Like honoring people, you're saying. Like honoring,
Memorial Day.
Yeah. Well, if they're saying 10 people or less, it's like they're going to have someone who you want to honor and you want to pay tribute to them.
Well,
right?
Okay. But if I want to have a Memorial Day ceremony in my house with barbecue and ice cream, that means I can, and let's just say I don't know, so if I come to your house and I bring my kids, that would be, 7 people? 7 people total. Mm-hmm. So if I want to invite 3 friends over, we can do that.
And do you have to be socially distant? Like, do they have to wear masks and stuff and stay far apart? Like, they can't come in and hug.
I'm sure there would have to be social distancing
There'll
laws.
be no
allowed.
handshaking.
No
Mr.
hand.
Walker.
What? Oh, handshaking.
Handshaking.
I'm fine with that. I just want to be able to hang out and talk to people and have a couple of laughs.
Yeah.
Although, but we can't turn on a ball game. But that. Will these bring back drive-in theaters?
Maybe. Yeah, my sister Cindy was talking about drive-in theaters coming back on Long Island today, and she suggests get to the beach early, people.
Well, yeah, we talked about that yesterday, how it looks like there's going to be drive-in concerts. Yankee Stadium looks like it's going to be one of those places that's going to host it. Yeah, unfortunately, I think it's going to be that or nothing. Hello, Lou Pratts. But again, I think it's all just a step in the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
3 weeks from now, you're going to be sick again.
Just got to take it a little slower than I think,
Can't worry about something that might not happen. What does that mean? That's good radio.
Jeff Bosey said that he found a new appreciation for Charles Goonan, not only to meet him personally on Pazuzu, but his unique ability to channel an old soul mentally and witty. Yeah, Jeff, I find the same thing. Like, he's been on our guest, like, a handful of shows, and I just love him.
They never met before that?
I don't know.
I'm surprised to hear that. Good morning. You're live on the Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show. Who is this?
This is Joe Staz.
Hello, Joe Staz. How did your haircut go?
I wrote in the comments that they canceled my appointment because I was taking a videotape of it, and they canceled my appointment because of that shit.
All right, wait a minute.
We screwed you out of a haircut.
So you walked into the barbershop with your phone out. They said, "What are you doing?" You said, "I'm videoing," and they said, "Get out."
Well, they said, "Well, you have an appointment, or what are you here for?" I said, "Well, I have an appointment for a haircut at 2:00.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have an appointment no more because you're videotaping.
They didn't. Wait a minute. They didn't say, "Hey, look, can you just put the camera? Can you put the phone away?"
No.
Really? They just threw you right out?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We screwed him out of a haircut.
That's insane.
That's all right.
I hope you're not going to go back there. I hope you're going to find another barber.
Oh, yeah, I am. What I did was, when I was standing outside, I was actually videotaping them inside.
Yeah.
So I got a videotape of them. They were doing things under the table. That's what they were doing. That's why they didn't want no video.
Like what? Hand jobs?
Well, there was a couple of people. There was a couple people on there with no mask on no gloves, none of that. So I got it all on tape.
Wow.
Yep.
Holy moly. And holy crap. Wow. Well, all right, so it's a blessing in disguise because, you can't have people without masks and gloves touching you.
Exactly.
Right. You have a wife and a mother-in-law to go home to and steal money from.
And get fed.
You can't get sick at this time. Wow, that's crazy. Wow.
Well, the best thing is my wife knows how to cut hair. So
what are you doing, man?
Yeah, so why'd you even have to go there in the first place?
Well, sometimes my wife will screw up my head, my hair and all that.
Here
So,
it comes. Now since he's been on our show, we've screwed him out of a haircut, and now no one's gonna have sex with him anymore.
Well, that's why.
Well, no, I don't have problems with that.
We ruin everything.
Yeah, I hope he didn't ruin that. Well, yeah, he went to bed last night too. What are you doing? Videoing? No, Joe, put that away.
They're gonna go to bed tonight, and she's gonna be like, "I'm sorry, I'm busy. I have to practice my hair cutting abilities, apparently." But you just go to sleep.
and then he'll get a haircut
that
while
might
he's
come
sleeping.
true. That might be true, actually.
Great. Wow, so we ruined your haircut and we ruined your sex life. There you go.
Yeah, but that's okay. It's no big deal.
Oh, all right. I think I heard your wife say the same thing. I don't know what she meant by that. But. Joe Stats, thanks for the call, pal, and sorry about the barbershop.
All right, take care, guys.
All right, Joe, we'll see you. Joe Stats, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, that's crazy.
We ruin everyone's life.
It's crazy going nuts out there. Damn barbershops. See, and now they were allowed to open, weren't they?
No, maybe they weren't. Well, and so so Greg says there's a company in Florida that's doing mobile drive-in theater. It's a huge truck with a movie screen and their parking fields, and people are coming to see movies at night. I've actually seen that before the quarantine. Places that have like big fields, and companies will pull up and they'll put up a big screen, and kids will like sit in front and watch cartoons and stuff.
Yeah, schools do it as a fundraiser.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
But was this barbershop allowed to be open or not?
Well, apparently not.
Well, no, they could have been, but they weren't following the guidelines, so
Yeah.
that's why they had to get shut down. But that's what I'm saying. If they were allowed to be open, well, then why not just follow the guidelines? So yeah, maybe they weren't allowed to be open at all. Wow, that's crazy.
And it's Joe who got them closed down. All because we asked him to take a video.
Hello, Nick DeJesu. Lou Pratt's having rough time helping kids with homework. I don't even know how you would help the kids with homework. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Forget math, man. I have no idea what the hell they're doing. I wouldn't be able to help them. Thank goodness. So I thank whoever is in charge of this COVID. I thank COVID virus, who used to call in, by the way. We have not heard from COVID in a while. But I'd like to thank him for waiting till my kids were older before he came and struck us, because I wouldn't be able to get...
Yeah,
I wouldn't be able
elementary
to-
school kids, that would just be the worst right now.
I
You know
would
what? I
not
would just
be able to do
do
that.
the homework and essays for them and get it over with. There's no way I would sit around day in and day out doing that stuff.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Syracuse University, they're going to open on time. They're actually going to open a week earlier in August.
Wow, really?
Because
Why?
because when they stop for the Thanksgiving break, they will not come back for the rest of that semester. Here's
Why?
their thinking. Because something like a flu really, peaks during the winter.
Yeah.
So they're thinking, well, let's do the fall semester. Let's start a week early. Let's go to Thanksgiving. And then after that, it's most likely going to be really cold.
It's a
so they're
great
going to
idea.
finish the semester and take their finals online.
That's a great
So they're going to finish
idea.
the semester. They have not said yet what they're going to do for the spring.
It's actually a brilliant idea. Yeah, I lived in Syracuse. It's a fun. I didn't go to school there, but there's not much going on in Syracuse. So if you want to do anything, you kind of have to go into the city where
Ugh,
the college is. So
there's nothing there.
It's
Don't
awful.
even bother.
Yeah, I remember, and they had the greatest chicken wings there ever.
Yeah,
I
because
loved
they have
it.
nothing else to do, so they figured out a good way to make chicken wings.
They give you blue cheese, not ranch, like other places. Bizarre.
Ugh.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
it's
so-
great idea. Good idea.
And then I don't know, because then for the spring semester, it starts off really cold, January, February, especially up in Syracuse. So maybe they'll start online, and then maybe towards mid-March, maybe they'll go back.
Yeah, go from March to July or something.
Well, not till July, but maybe.
You can't have everything, baby.
What?
You gotta, if you're gonna
Well, if they're starting a week early, there's no need to go till July. Come on, use your head.
All right.
And there is also a coalition of small businesses in New York City. They're called Reopen New York. Actually, I'm sorry, they're not in New York City. They had a press conference in New York City yesterday where they were demanding to be allowed to open. Small businesses all over New York, they're called Reopen New York. They're saying if Walmart, if Home Depot can be allowed to be open, where there's hundreds of people in the store at one time, why not a small mom and pop store that sells similar items be allowed to have 10 people in their store?
I didn't know Walmart was open. I thought I thought it was just food stores because, we need to eat. I thought places like Home Depot because, if your plumbing breaks, you can't just have water, squirt out of your house for 6 months. So I thought it was like stuff like that.
All right, but there's mom and pop hardware stores, mom and pop food stores.
Yeah, but I'm just saying I didn't know Walmart was open. That makes me mad.
And of course they're open. Walmart. So we're actually working on getting someone from Reopen New York on our show. I don't know if it's going to happen, but I was in touch with them yesterday. Had a quick conversation. There's a slight possibility we might get somebody on the phone tomorrow from there.
Okay.
Just to give us their point of view. Also tomorrow, very excited, our guest tomorrow is the one and only Taz, the residential artist, who will be on the phone with us tomorrow.
And on the big screen here, so we can
That's
see
right.
her and ask her questions. Yeah, I'm like, she's so great at drawing. She did the quarantine life last week, and which was fantastic. But people had questions for her, but she was busy doing her work, so she was drawing and stuff. So it'd be nice to just, be able to just chat with her.
Felix wants to know, where haven't you lived? Carla Okerson is watching. Hello, Carla. Don't forget Carla tomorrow night with Mike Keegan and Tim Saliani on Domestic Disturbance Podcast tomorrow night at 9:15. Who's doing quarantine life today?
No, it's Thursday. So
Oh, so it's Felix? It is
Yeah.
Felix? Very nice.
And who is tomorrow? Let me look really quick. I had it in my brain before.
All right, well, while you're looking that up, the last thing that I have to talk about regarding the COVID is this hot Russian nurse.
You stole my thunder. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Go. I have to look.
I'm just, right, I was just killing time while you were looking.
Yeah, go.
Steve Birmingham is watching. Hello, Steve Birmingham.
Joe DeZeju. It's tomorrow.
Oh, Joe DeJesu's doing quarantine life tomorrow? Very nice.
Yeah.
Ken Pichelle, pardon me, the fine fellow who did Back in Cleveland plays out in the Syracuse area all the time. There are some gorgeous wineries there around the pretty lakes.
No,
let me
no,
tell
Ken,
you, yeah, let me tell you something, Ken.
So freaking wrong. Like, so wrong, I'm like violent about it. I got stuck living there for a year. It's the worst. Okay, like Felix pointed out, like, where hasn't Sallie lived?
Yeah.
It's out of the million places I've lived, it was the worst place I ever lived. Awful.
Yeah. I went there with Sallie.
You did?
2 years,
Oh, yeah, that's
2 years
right.
ago. We went to
Yeah.
visit Melissa and Teddy, who host the Billy Joel show on WVOA up there in Syracuse. You can go on WVOA's website and listen to Melissa and Teddy's show every Sunday at 10 a.m. And it was like
Around Pretty Lakes. Yeah.
Pretty Lakes.
You can't even, there's signs around the lake saying, do not touch, because they're so poisonous. So, yeah, I guess you can look at them.
Well, I mean, Ken is in North Carolina, so I've only been there once, so I don't know what's there. But
Carolina's beautiful.
But here, do you think somebody from here wants to go upstate to see a pretty lake? We're on an island.
Yeah.
Ken Pichelle.
It rains like so much you can't even imagine, and it gets more snowfall every year than Buffalo or Rochester or any other place you could imagine.
Yeah.
It's awful.
Yeah. Although Back in Cleveland's awesome, and so is that guy who sings it.
But I know what you mean. There's a nice festival place for festival. Sounds like vegetable.
Festivus. What?
Festivus for the rest of us.
What is there? A festival?
There's a place for there's a lot of great music shows are out there at this one facility that everyone goes to. I told you that's where when I used to work at the Syracuse Marriott, all the musical stars would stay there. I waited on, I was like a waiter back then, so I waited on Kenny Rogers and David Crosby and the Beach Boys and Huey Lewis. But like 1,000 more were there. I just I didn't wait on them.
And Phyllis Diller.
I do not remember Phyllis Diller being there. Okay, yeah, Charles, I'll just I'll call you in like a minute.
Charles does not know how to do the FaceTime. Well, Charles, yeah, I'm going to cover that with Charles, which it's time to call him anyway. But
Yeah. Why?
I'm going to cover that with Charles.
Why?
Because Charles, do we know how old he is?
98.
Well, that's the thing. I think he was born in like 1920 or something because he loves, like, his favorite singers like Bing Crosby and Peggy Lee. And, like, I don't think he's aware of anything that's happened past 1977.
He is an appreciation for the older times.
Well, I want to discuss that. How did that happen? The guy, I'm assuming he's younger than us. He looks like he's in his, what did you think, 30s?
I don't know. I can't even say. 30s, yeah.
All right,
30s.
but either way, so how did he end up like becoming this guy from another time?
I think it's cool. All right, so let me figure out how to call him.
All right, while you're doing that,
Okay.
I don't understand things like on Facebook, people posting these things like avatars of themselves. I don't get this.
I made one.
You did.
I was
so did
totally
I.
hot in my avatar. I'll never be as cool as I am in my avatar.
What's so cool about your avatar character?
I don't know. It's just cool, and I'm such a nerd, so.
Well, you are a nerd.
Yeah, so.
You're a cool nerd.
It's who I'd want to be if I
But
wasn't
I just
a nerd.
I don't understand how. Is it just during this time of quarantine that everybody's just sharing what they're coming up with? I feel like we're in kindergarten, and we're doing show and tell, like arts and crafts or something. Like I don't really get it.
Well, I think Facebook always has like different things to, come up with. I don't think it's quarantine time. All right, let's see.
Yeah, I don't know why I said Phyllis Diller. I have no idea why I said that. But,
What?
Ken Pichelle loves road trips. I'm going to sneeze.
Bless you. Hello. Oh, let me put you on.
Thank you.
Hold on.
I have COVID.
Hello.
Hey, how are you? How's
Good.
this? Does that work out for you?
I see you, yes, and I hear you. Should I use headphones?
No, we hear you perfectly fine, and you're on the TV behind us. So here, I'll show you.
Oh,
See?
3D!
Doo-doo-doo.
3D!
There you are.
I don't know what 3D is because I'm a time traveler from the last century, apparently. I don't understand what this is. I just saw an autogyro flying by in the sky. I don't know how we're communicating here. I got to get my flux capacitor working so I can get back to 1885
Wow.
and save Doc Brown and the train.
Definitely 10 points for flux capacitor.
Somebody's been living by himself during quarantine and
Yeah.
feeling a little feisty today.
I can't get the plutonium to get my DeLorean to work, so I could go back to 1885.
How do you even
And
know what a
make iced
DeLorean
tea.
is?
I don't know either. I'm just using words I'm making up.
You're like inventing
Internet.
words.
World Wide Web. I never heard those words. I'm actually outside on my balcony. I don't know if it's too noisy. If it gets too noisy,
No,
I'll go
it
inside.
isn't.
But I wanted to.
It's good.
I'm protesting. I'm
Why?
outside. I'm protesting.
What are you protesting about?
I'm protesting the lockdown. I'm outside.
Good for you. Good for you. Well, it's your balcony, though, so there's nobody else around, right?
Nobody else around. This is perfect. This lockdown is not that bad because I don't like to do things and
Yeah.
go places.
I've had a lot
So
less
it's, when
problem
people
with it
say-
myself.
Yeah, so when people invite you places and you go, nah, I don't think I can make it, and they know you're lying, now you have an excuse. I'm sorry, the plague.
Yeah, but when you want to contact someone or you want someone to do something, they can't say they're not around and they can't say they're busy.
And it stinks because you.
I know somebody
Yeah.
called me the other day and I didn't answer, and then they texted me. They go, I know you're around, and I wrote back, no, I'm not, which is so stupid.
Like how many
so
showers
stupid.
can one person take, or so they're around.
How many dumps?
Yeah, so I am out here on my balcony. I'm having some coffee. I have some hydrochloroquine in my coffee. Just to make sure.
Just make
I
sure
don't
you're
need a
safe.
prescription. I just got a guy on Flatbush Avenue who'll give you anything you want. I went to elementary school with a black chick named Chloroquine, and she didn't help me. She just beat me up at lunchtime and took my now and laters.
No.
So
Well,
when I heard that like chloroquine would save us, I'm like, what are they going to save us from? Now and laters? I'm not sure the science is out on that yet.
Oh my
Not so sure.
Great. I know. I was saying to Tony this morning, he's like, oh, well, let's, because usually in the morning before we have like someone, I'm like, let's come up with questions. I'm like, Charles, just like whenever you try to like steer the conversation with you, it's almost better to just let you do your own thing. No pressure.
I like how like I like how like during the lockdown, people have decided to take up projects, certain things they're going to better themselves. And when you see people post on Facebook, especially comedians, I'm getting a lot of writing done. They're not writing any.
They're not.
No.
See, I believe
Anybody who posts that they're writing is not really writing.
I totally.
I have a
believed
friend.
it.
I have a friend because you binge watch things. So I was like, I finally started watching Ozark and things like that. And my friend goes, I'm not watching TV. I'm exercising and reading and writing. I'm like, no, you're not, you fat son of a bitch, you illiterate bastard. Nobody believes. And I love how like all the women now are like their new project is they're gonna do yoga on Facebook Live. First of all, thank you, because any girl who wants to twist herself, any broad who wants to twist herself into a pretzel and shove her crotch into the camera, that helps me exercise, at least part of me.
You're a fan of it.
Exercise.
And the only thing that gets ruined is the cop.
The what? Only it gets ruined is the what?
It's the carpet.
Oh.
I bet ain't. Carpet is a new invention. I grew up before there was carpet. I lived in a mud hut before I got my DeLorean.
Well, it's true. How did
I'm out here churning butter. Leave me alone. I'm churning my own butter.
Well, how did that happen? How did you where'd this love of Bing Crosby and people, born before 1950? How did that start for you? Where did that come from? Your parents or something?
Well, I think it's obvious. I had no friends growing up.
I don't believe that.
No, I don't know. I just always liked all that old stuff. When we were growing up, when I was growing up,
before I was born,
they used to have old stuff on the TV. You like the Sunday afternoons was Abbott and Costello.
Yes, absolutely.
We were allowed to stay up late to watch Honeymooners, or the PBS channel here in New York had Cinema 13, where you could watch like The Wolfman and all that stuff.
Yep.
So I used to get into that stuff, and I don't know, got into it. I don't have a big answer for you. I don't have a big
Even
answer
the
for
singing,
you.
though, like your songs are like mostly old-fashioned songs, and you have a fantastic voice. Like it's just beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Have you done have you ever been in like shows, like musicals and stuff like that?
Yes, I
Like
did a lot of
Drama
musicals.
Club
I came out a lot of musical comedy, and actually when I started doing comedy, it was actually after I had done musical comedy and after I'd sang in jazz clubs and stuff like that. I did comedy. I always was funny. I always was really a comedian at heart.
Yeah.
But I was going to, I was doing all the music and stuff. And then finally I started saying, I like singing, but I can't, when I'm doing comedy, at least it's definitely me. It's definitely original from me. Whereas like singing I could do, but I'm not going to do it any better than those fellas that did it first. Way back before DeLoreans were invented.
before there was TV. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you and Milton Berle, you're like pioneers of the whole thing.
Like
Me
I
and
can
Milton.
see you in
Me
high
and
school
Milton.
taking over the drama club, and just like being in all
Me
the
and
great
Milton.
shows.
Me and
Uncle
Milton
Milton.
Berle both have enormous. Did you ever hear about that? Milton Berle has an enormous penis.
Yes, we have heard that. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tony
when
is
he used
a
to get an
pinup.
erection, he'd get lightheaded. It's true. You know what I've been binge watching now, because you don't have anything to do with binge watch. I've been watching the old, the original Star Trek. I never was into that until
I
now.
loved it.
That's the
When I
only
was a-
Star Trek I like.
I loved it when I was a kid, and I even watched like all the goofy ones, like with Patrick Stewart and stuff. I even
like
liked
that too,
those. Yeah, I was like, he's hot. Yeah. You know what we watched the other day? We watched or last night we watched Murder by Death.
You would like that
Oh, I
movie.
love that movie.
Yeah, because it has,
I love that movie.
it has David Niven and Alec Guinness. Those are new actors to you. So you would
Right.
like
What's an Alec Guinness? How do these people have pictures that stay on a screen?
I can hear them talking.
How are they talking?
Yeah,
Pictures that stay?
that is a great movie. Yeah, that was.
What I like about the
First time you
original...
No, I'd
The
seen
original-
it. I saw it like, I mean, we were looking. It's like 1972 or 76 or 76.
I think it was 76. Yeah, 76.
Yeah, so I saw it, probably like 30 years ago. So, but I've forgotten a lot. So we had watched it again.
Oh, I love that movie. Benson Mum. I love all that stuff.
that whole concept of the blind butler talking to the
Nancy
mute
Walker.
deaf cook. Just that concept
Kicked
alone.
her out. And he's yelling at nobody. And stay out.
And then when she finds the dead body, she
Yeah.
Now, isn't that actress
Nancy
the same
Walker.
lady who used to do the Madge, I soaked in it commercials?
And the Bounty commercials.
Yeah,
I
the
remember
Bounty
her from.
commercials,
You
yeah.
forget how funny Nancy Walker is. She's just fantastic.
But speaking of binge watching, it does seem like whenever you come on here, we always end up talking about like something like Different Strokes or something. We had that whole big
Well, I wanted to-
conversation about Dudley.
I wanted to talk about, Dudley is, Dudley got touched.
Right, by Hoyt Axton.
Dudley got touched.
Oh,
But,
no, Gordon Jump. Gordon Jump from WKRP.
He got Gordon Jump Dudley. If I may evoke a little caveman, Gordon Jump Dudley.
Yeah.
By the way, I could do an impression. I want to do some topical humor since I'm in this time period now.
I think he's a little.
I could do my
sensitive about this
impression.
now.
Go ahead.
I could do my impression of the Wuhan bat.
Okay, go.
Are you ready?
Ready.
Yeah.
I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Huh? Sounds just like him.
Yeah.
Just like
Didn't mean it.
He probably feels really bad.
I was gonna write a song about that. Bat flu.
Well, I don't know if you heard the latest news, which I know you'll be excited about. The rumor is now, supposedly they're looking into marijuana being a possible cure.
Of course it is.
Not.
And I'd like to also say that even though I'm not a scientist, fellatio is a cure. So if there are any nurses out there who want to make any house calls, fellatio is a cure.
There's actually a nurse just yesterday in Russia that she was tired of wearing the big plastic see-through gowns that are
That's
too
right.
hot.
That reminds me that I was hanging out in Brighton Beach and I had $60 to waste,
I think it's a great thing, this woman in Russia. I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, so she's walking around in panties and she got suspended.
Well, not just panties, but she had the proper protective
I saw the picture.
equipment. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's an all-male hospital.
And the patient said that it was uplifting, that it was funny and it kind of got them through the day, and it's a really serious time, and they were thankful.
Yeah, because if we're going, we're coming.
Exactly.
Fuck.
Yeah.
That's the way it is. But speaking about binge watching, so I've been watching the original Star Trek, and what I love about the original Star Trek, first of all, Kirk is the man.
Absolutely.
He's the man.
Yes.
And what I love is that they all have this protocol. They go to different planets. They're trying to save everybody. But if a hot alien lady walks by, Captain Kirk forgets his protocol. He'll be like, we got to get out of here before the sun goes out and destroys this planet. And who's that? Who's that? No, Bach, get off of me. We'll leave in a minute. What's up, baby? I love that about him.
It's totally true.
I
He got
love that
he got
about
the
him.
ladies, like all the female workers on the Enterprise that walked up and down. Like there'd be like 10 women, at least one he banged at like 2 episodes back.
And let's not forget, too, he was James T. Kirk was married. There was one episode with his wife.
I didn't know that.
I would swear there was an episode where his wife
in
shows
the
up.
movies, yeah.
Is that what I'm thinking of? The
yeah,
movie his wife shows up?
because they had a son, and but I don't think that came up
That's
in
right.
the early series.
Oh, yeah, I
His
remember
son was
that.
killed by
Yeah.
a Klingon.
No, I would swear there was one episode where his wife somehow shows up on one of the planets or something.
Oh, really?
I would swear. Maybe I'm dreaming. I don't know. I would swear.
That's
there
a
was something.
pain in the ass when you're trying to get some side stuff and a girl, your lady shows up on the planet.
3
That's
planets
that's
over.
Yeah,
she
not
finds
just
it.
side-
That's
side
a
stuff.
jealous bitch. That's a jealous bitch to show up. She was like, yeah. I took a star cruise over here. What's this shit,
Yeah.
motherfucker?
That's right. Yeah, she means business if she managed to travel a different planet.
Yeah, that's some anger to like travel 3 planets over.
I'm
just
not
to
messing
yell
with
at
that
your
one.
husband.
And not just a side piece either, but an alien side piece.
Yeah, he's not afraid of catching anything. Apparently,
Right.
they got a lot of vaccines in the future, which I haven't been to yet. I only travel to the past.
Well,
But
can you travel to the
apparently-
future, please, and get us a vaccine? Come on.
I would like to. Yes, I'm going to travel to the future and get you a vaccine. Imagine the vaccine is just like, orange juice.
We just didn't think of it.
Just take plenty of orange juice.
Well, they are really thinking that, not cured,
Not
but
a cure. They're saying
just
that
it'll stop
if you're if you're a weed user, because like there's something that coats your lungs that kind of like makes sure you don't get the virus. So it's preventative.
So
I like
you-
that. I'm happy about that.
Yeah, you've been safe for years. Then you're good.
People go
I'm
home
safe
and
right
smoke
now. I'm
a
getting
doobie.
safer. I'm about to be safe in a minute.
you were safe an hour and a half ago, and you're going to be safe
Yeah.
in about 20 minutes.
Yeah, and that's good for the health of the world and for the peanut butter industry because you wind up eating a lot of peanut butter.
You
Well,
do?
that goes back to, like you said, where everybody's getting fat. Nobody's doing yoga and losing weight. Everybody's just
Oh, that's
smoking
what I
and
love.
eating.
How people. I love when people post that they're getting so much done. Nobody's getting anything done.
No,
I
nobody's
haven't had a
motivated.
haircut since February. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Nobody's getting anything done. It's very long in the back here.
Oh, is
I
that
have
what-
it pushed back.
Yeah.
I have it pushed back. Old style, 1800. Like old style. Yeah.
Just put on a cowboy hat. You're good.
No, I totally get it.
Yes,
I was looking around the house the other day, and I was thinking, yeah, it clearly wasn't because I was too busy that I didn't do any of the stuff. So yeah, I get it.
But are you excited?
Yeah.
Are you excited about this weekend? The beaches being open or anything? You're going to go out maybe and hit a beach or go see some.
See, that's another thing. I'm not. I mean, I think you can tell I'm not a beach goer. I'm more of a what you call it. Like everything that I'm doing now is what I was gonna do anyway. So it's great now. So like when on Memorial Day, first of all, people go out and celebrate Memorial Day when it's really about soldiers and stuff like that. But they act like it's about hot dogs or something, But so I'm not gonna go out anyway. I think it's dumb also that they're gonna have the beach open, but not just open the whole thing,
Yeah, I agree with that.
main
I
thing.
find it interesting that they were looking out for what was best for us, but not at the weekends here. The big weekend where we can make a lot of money. Now it's okay. Everybody go to the beach.
Yeah. Right. It's like don't go to the movie theaters unless there's a Marvel movie. It's like what the this is stupid shit. I never heard of never heard of such a thing. And now they're gonna do. You were talking. They're gonna do drive-in movies now.
I'm actually. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm personally hearing more about drive-in concerts. But they are talking about bringing drive-in movie theaters.
Yeah, I
back
think
to
I'm
some
like already
places.
sick of movies. All I do is sit at home and watch movies.
Yeah.
So like, but
Yeah,
concerts, is different.
That's your man from Flatbush, I think.
That's Flatbush right there, yeah. Flatbush, So I knew that the situation was serious because I have a convenience store right over here on Flatbush that I always go to, and I always argue with the Arab guy because I'll tell him the prices are too high all the time. I go, this should be $1.50, not $2. They're like, fuck you, fuck your family. So now I go there and he's like, how are you? He's like, how are you? I'm like, oh, things must be bad. We don't hate each other.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
But give it.
he wants to make sure I'm okay.
But 2 days after it's all back to normal, forget it.
Yeah.
Fighting with each
Yeah,
other.
once
over
he
again.
curses me out, I know we're okay.
Yeah, you'll
Fuck a
feel better.
vaccine. All I need to do is be cursed out. Yeah.
That's
So-
funny.
So, what was I going to say? Oh, I do. You were talking about singing. I do belong to, and I've always belonged to the National Musical Restoration Project. It's a national organization that supports and is a conservation of the original lyrics to songs before they were given their generic lyrics that made them popular. We like the original, better lyrics.
Like Baby It's
So,
Cold
you were talking-
Outside? Like something like that?
Baby It's Cold Outside was like, I'll just put the tip in, but baby, it's cold outside. That was the original better lyric.
Yes.
And you remember Strangers in the Night? Strangers in the Night.
Yeah, of course.
Very generic, but it was originally anus in the wind because you farted. Now there's anus in the wind. Are you retarded? Everything's gangrene. You ruined this sweet 16. That's the original Better lyrics.
I didn't know that.
Well, Summer Wind was originally written about my farts.
Summer
The Tony
Is
Wind.
that-
The Tony Wind came stumbling in from out of his ass.
It was you have to go in and have some burritos or whatever. right?
Exactly, yes. McDonald's usually.
Right. McDonald's, yeah. So you guys still go to the studio? You the only ones who still go to the studio?
Yeah, but we are. We're the only ones. We actually changed the locks and stuff just to make sure, just because we want to feel safe coming in here and stuff. So yeah.
We infect each other anyway, so there's nobody else in the building. But we figured we're infecting each other anyway. We may as well come in and do our thing.
Now, when you changed the locks, did you tell anyone else?
No. We'll figure, when it comes up, it comes up.
And we're not just
My
talking.
club now.
That's right. We're not just talking about the radio station. The whole place.
Yeah, the block. Staples
Right,
can't
that's
get in until they talk to us.
There's a sign that says the Knockem Dead Comedy Club.
Yeah.
Oh my God! So outside, Kevin Downey's just banging on the door. Let me in! Let me in!
Yeah.
We took over Petco. We have changed their locks too. We did the whole parking lot. We just figured, rather safe than sorry.
Yep.
Petco is the actual address that they suggest on the website to give if you're giving an Uber, because if you give the regular address, it goes someplace else.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
yeah.
funny.
The Uber.
Yeah, it's not
The
even
Uber
on the
doesn't take
street that they claim to be on. It's like 100 feet away from the street. So Sallie is
It's
no
fake
joke.
news.
She's had to go out there and chase people down to say no. Over here, this is where come over. Like our guest that's looking to come in.
Yeah, who's that Beatles
It
guy?
was Billy J. Kramer.
Yeah, do you know who Billy J. Kramer is?
No, that's 1960s.
He
That's
might.
after.
That's
Before
Right.
my time.
That's after-
before my.
yeah.
I only know Rutherford B. Hayes and people like that.
The Beatles used to give him songs to sing. So he what's his one song
He had a few, but yeah,
that he would know?
he's not gonna know any of them. I bet you. Do you want to
None
know a
of them?
secret? Do you want to know a secret by the
Do you
Beatles?
want to know a secret?
That was a hit for him before the
La,
Beatles.
la. So that was him. So he's driving around the
Now you know why
block.
Charles sings and not you.
Yeah, I never say I'm a good singer, but it's very heartfelt. But I actually had to go, and he's an older guy. I mean, you imagine, he's Paul McCartney's age. So I had to chase him down in the road. I'm just running, and I think it was a cold day too. It was snowing and stuff. And I had to go grab him, and so I meet him in a road that I find him on. Here's this older man in this Mini Cooper, and I flag him down, and then I just jump in. I know his picture. I know what he looks like. And I jump into the side thing. He's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm Sallie. I'm at the radio station. Just drive. The poor guy.
Did you run up to him and go, do you want to know a secret? Do you want to know a secret?
Yeah, the club's address with the club's location is a secret.
The song titles are funny because that's a song title, but it also could be something scary if you just said it to somebody. I used to drink a lot. I don't drink a lot anymore. I don't know if you hear the church bells. There's church bells going on
they're
right
pretty.
now.
Nice.
You do?
Yeah.
Sanctuary? No. Don't make this sanctuary. No, I don't need sanctuary right now. But there's a lot of, do you know the song I Believe I Could Fly?
Yeah.
So
I believe I could fly.
He didn't ask you to sing it. He just asked you if you know it.
Okay.
Exactly.
All right, sorry.
Exactly. So I remember one time I was so drunk, and I used to go bar hopping in Manhattan, and we went into this club, and somebody was singing that song, and I was so drunk, and I was belligerent and everything, and the guy was like, I believe I could fly. I said, go on the roof and see if it works. And we got kicked out. I swear to God that happened.
Oh, wow.
One of the reasons why I don't drink anymore.
Wow.
What do
Hey,
you do?
look, if he believes he can fly, prove it.
When you're doing your comedy or you're singing and people, have you ever been treated that way? And if so, how do you handle it?
Heckled?
Yeah.
No, mostly people just applaud and get aroused.
And say thank you.
Get aroused.
Sexually aroused. Usually say, I don't know, I interact with, in live shows, I interact with people a lot, so I kind of make them part of it too. So when everybody likes to be talked to, they just want attention.
Absolutely
It's not,
right.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. That's a lot of what I do too. I love that interaction, and I think that I think it's good. People remember you more when they have that interaction.
Yeah, you make it into an event that way,
Right.
I used to do a lot of things with jumping into the audience and doing all different things like that. I like doing things like that. I like the
There's a lot of mosh pits when you're singing Frank Sinatra. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Absolutely. When I was 17.
It was a very good mosh pit.
When I was 17, electricity wasn't invented yet. That was back in the, before I traveled here. I traveled to the future to get Brill cream.
That's great. Hey, we're gonna put you on the spot though. Can we get a little musical number?
Yes. Sure. Maybe are the church bells?
Yeah, we can hear them pretty well. Yeah.
Are they?
Sing along with
I'm
them.
getting married in the morning. Ding dong, the bells are gonna chime. Kick up a rumpus. Don't lose your compass. Get me to the church on time. I've got to be there in the morning. Dressed up and looking in me prime. Girls, come and kiss me. Say that you miss me. Get me to the church on time. If I am dancing, throw me out the door. If I am whistling, whisk me on the floor. For I'm getting married in the morning. Ding dong, the bells are gonna chime. If you saw me in shorts now, you'd blow your Schwartz now. Get me to the church. Oh, get me to the church. For Pete's sake, get me to the church on time. There you go.
Very nice.
That was good, and that was great. He really does have a great voice.
He's got a great voice.
fun,
and
pleasurable
that's
voice.
the thing about like comics. Like they're so funny that sometimes when you actually really listen, you're like, he's got like a freaking nice voice.
Are those real words? Blow your Schwartz?
Those are the original Better lyrics. Those are the Better lyrics, exactly. There's so many songs that were great. Like, remember Puff the perverted dragon hid behind a tree. It's a much better song.
It is.
And I'm very sad. I never heard those words. I feel a little like I missed out.
Support the National Musical Restoration Project. Even Disney songs. There's a lot of songs the way Walt originally intended it. Like, remember the Robin Hood Disney animated classic?
Of course.
Okay, so you remember the Robin Hood and Little John song, but it was originally Robin Hood and Little John fucking in the forest, putting fingers in holes, going all the way. Following each other on Instagram and sharing a sock drawer. Oodle-lolly, golly, that's gay. Oodle-lolly, golly, that's gay. That's the original way that Walt intended it.
I know that about him. He was very upset when they changed it.
Yeah, he nearly died. Yeah. Yeah, man, you got to support the National Musical Restoration Project. Those are the songs, the original songs. Like Let It Snow. Remember? Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. Since we've no place to go, why don't you suck it? The original, better lyrics.
Oh,
I like the original. I'm a purist.
Yes. Well, as you should be, because it's songs from your time.
From my time, right? Swing low, sweet death. No, wait, my time would be even before that. Ugh. Oh, booga, booga, booga. Way back then, when we used to eat rocks.
You used to write the lyrics on the side of the cave.
Yeah, that's right.
I could see Charles
That's right.
5 minutes before we called him, like, I'm gonna fucking kill him.
I don't even know how I'm seeing you on this rectangle that has pictures of me.
I miss seeing you so much.
Oh,
and, it's so funny. Like you came to the radio station so often and the comedy place, and it's no easy feat for you to get here. You had to like travel by train or a car, and
because I
was
don't
always
know
so
what those things
thankful.
are too. My mule died.
No wonder you couldn't get a ride back to the
Usually
city.
I get my mule.
I could totally see him riding a mule.
I can't see
Can't
that at
you?
all.
With like a cowboy hat sideways,
I've never been complimented like that before. I can totally see you riding a mule.
She did mean it in the nicest way, but I don't know what it means.
That's not a nice way to talk about my girl.
Oh my God.
I get
so
on top of a
funny.
mule. Faster! Yeah!
I gotta get the Petco. Oh, my goodness.
I gotta get to Petco because that's the only way to get to the Governors. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, my goodness. All right. Charles Gooden. Charles Gooden, ladies and gentlemen. As always, we appreciate the time and the laughs, pal. And we hope you and everybody in your world are staying safe. And we do hope to see you in person
Yeah,
soon.
I can't wait to see you soon.
Now that it's our club.
Thank you very much.
Now that it's our club, we'll have you back.
I want to thank you guys for always letting me on and let me riff with you, and it's always fun to be with you. I just want to give a couple of quick plugs.
Please do.
I don't know
absolutely.
what those things are, but you know.
Please do.
He wants
Plug
to
away.
plug something in.
First, I'm going to be on Don Sill's show this weekend. I'm recording an interview with him tonight.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to be on Put Up, Shut Up for Stand-Up's quarantine show.
Now, the last time you
this
did that,
weekend.
you guys had a lengthy conversation about porn. Is that you
We're going
continuing
to
that?
go a little further with that.
Oh my goodness.
We're going to go a little further with that. Make sure you have a carpet sweeper. And also, I'm on a web series, a very popular web series that's on YouTube. I think I might have mentioned it once before on your show, called Bromance, which is a comedy that's on YouTube, a very popular one. It's on YouTube under Art City, and they're up to season 3.
Nice.
And this is their final season. It's a comedy about these young guys getting into show business, being actors, and they premiered their season 3 this past Sunday. They're going to have new episodes every Sunday. I was on last Sunday's episode. I'll be on this Sunday's episode and next Sunday's episode. That's Art City on YouTube, and I'm going to post it up on my fan page.
What time is it? Any time? Any specific time?
It usually comes by in the afternoon, and if you go to Art City, they'll send you a reminder. But I'm going to post everything up there too. And in it, my friend Greg Contaldi, who plays the one of the leads in it, he's a young actor in it. And he's obsessed with Grease, the musical, and he's in a production of it. And I'm the director of Grease.
Is that why you were? I saw the video of him like dancing.
Yeah, that was the clip you posted.
50-second
Yes,
thing.
so
Yeah, that was really funny.
There's more of that coming up. So that's on Art City. That's every Sunday. And also, I'll be putting up videos on my page of singing and doing everything and keeping things funny. I don't, and I prefer to be positive. I don't believe in cynicism. I think that's for the weak-minded. And I think that things are going to get better, and I believe they will.
Good. Okay, good.
Excellent. Thank you, Charles. Appreciate it as always, pal. And we'll be on the lookout for you on Bromance and Don's show and everywhere else. Thank you, pal, as always.
Thank you. Bye,
Thank you,
Charles.
sir.
Thank you.
Charles Gooden, ladies and gentlemen.
I gotta get my DeLorean. I gotta get out of here. I gotta get back to 1885. I gotta find Mary Steenburgen. Where is Mary Steenburgen? Where is she? Mary. You know, back then they didn't shave. That's enough. That's enough. I'm going.
That's why I'm glad I'm here. Okay. Charles Gooden, ladies and gentlemen.
Bye, Charles. Thank you.
It says connecting. Oh, there you go. Charles Gooden, always a lot of fun
so funny.
with Charles. He's great.
I love him.
Yeah. Whoops. What's going on? There we go. Yes? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. There we go. Are we good?
Yeah, we're good.
All right. Did I have anything? Yeah.
Jeff said, "Oh my God, I loved this."
Yeah, that was great. Charles Gooden, he's fantastic. Very, 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 very funny guy. I was going to... All right, we'll talk about it tomorrow. Lori Loughlin, she pleaded guilty. Did you hear that?
No. What? Well, quickly.
Okay.
So what is she going to
She
get?
pleaded guilty.
Because she did.
Well, she got a sweet deal, let me tell you.
Oh, good.
Which somebody, is a big fan of hers, or somebody's looking for some loving or something from her. Because she was facing like 30 years.
Yeah, and her husband too.
Right. And so they both pleaded guilty. They're both getting 2 months in prison.
Wow.
$150,000 fine.
Okay.
And 2-year supervised release with 100 hours community service. That's nothing. This is such a sweet deal.
Yeah.
2 months in prison. I would jump in right now. If I'm her, I'd say, all right, send me to prison right now. Because we're all quarantined anyway.
Yeah, who cares?
Send me right now. 2 months will fly. $150,000 fine. That's like $2 for me in her world.
Yeah. What did the one who just completely admitted right away? What'd she get? Like 2 weeks? Macy's wife?
Yeah, Felicity.
Yeah, she got 2 weeks, and then
Yeah.
maybe did she even go?
No, she went to jail.
She went for
but
a
it was
short amount of time, and then she had to do community service,
Right.
which she said, she goes, really, I'd love to do it anyway. So
Right, and I'm sure, their version of community service is just making an appearance somewhere, smiling and shaking some hands,
liked her.
filming a commercial, which is what they want anyway to get their face out there.
I liked her because she was just like, yeah, my bad. So shouldn't have done this. Whereas like Lori was like, I didn't do this.
Stupid.
Yeah, we could talk about it more tomorrow if you want.
Again, we thanks Charles Goonan for joining us. Tim Saliani's watching. Tim, we're about to sign off, so thanks for watching. So again, Quarantine Life at 2 o'clock with Felix. Today is Thursday, so don't forget tonight, Soul Space with Georgia at 6:30. Limo Talk with Graz at 9. And then we're back tomorrow at 11 a.m. Everybody have a great day.